So I started recording this video back when this update got released in June, which was 6 months ago, and I did not anticipate it would take as long for me to finish the game as it did. It is still the most recent update, with the next one hopefully being released before Christmas, they said. So this game Space Haven just got a massive update where they added rogue bots, which mainly you'll find in derelict ships, and rogue bots can also have their own type of shuttle. There's also asteroids, which are pretty common and they can damage your ship. Aliens also get a new unit, the Alien Infestor. It can spread aliens from derelict ships to other ships, possibly even the players. Additions to the wear and tear system that applies to weapons, armor, and other items now. And among quite a few more other things they've added, we got a new craft, the Starfighter. And because you can build this at the very start of the game, I actually think you might be able to solo a pretty effed up modification of brutal difficulty that I've done, where you only have one crew member, and normally on brutal, on the abandoned mining station start, you have 5 crew members. As you can see, the resources that we start with are the same as brutal, but if we go down a bit, crew member mood and AI ship to ship battle strategy is on hard now, whereas for some reason on brutal difficulty it's only normal, even though brutal difficulty is the hardest. And the final modification I've done to make this more difficult is we're at war with every faction, so we cannot do any trading. The only modification I've done to make this difficulty easier is I've allowed us to re-random our starting character. Normally on brutal, if you don't like your starting character, you just gotta go back to the main menu and redo the whole thing. I re-random for quite a while till I got this guy who's got one of the best traits in the game, hardworking, because it makes him immune to wearing spacesuit, and we'll check out why that's so good later on. This hopefully epic Space Haven movie is brought to you by Huohuo Star Rail, a new multi-platform space fantasy RPG from Huohuoverse, the makers of the very popular Genshin Impact. It's a global hit, amassing over 80 million downloads within the first 6 months, and it has shared data between PC, mobile, and now PS5, meaning you can play when you're out and about, and when you come home, you can continue your progress on whatever platform you choose. You can explore different worlds across the universe with over 30 playable characters, each with their own unique personality and background, and in the new update, you can experience an all-new story in Belobog. There's 2 new limited time 5-star characters, the adorable Huohuo, who's a wind type support. Besides restoring her allies' health, she can also provide attack and energy buffs for her teammates. The other new limited time 5-star character is the chivalrous Argenti, a physical type character with exceptional AoE attacks. There's also a 4-star physical character who can restore ally skill points. Try these characters out in the new zone where you'll battle spooky ghosts. Just log in for 7 days straight to get 10 free Huohuo Star Rail special passes, and if you're lucky, you may draw Huohuo, Argenti, or the popular member from the Stellaron Hunters, Silverwolf, who makes a return. Download the game using my link below and experience the new characters using my redemption codes. The first thing you want to do with the abandoned mining station is turn off logistics to things that don't matter, like these grow beds with lights. We don't want to be wasting time growing vegetables. I don't believe we want to put metal plates in this whole stabilizer, so we'll turn off logistics to that as well. And I don't know if we need to load up this tools facility, so for now we'll turn it off. It's important to do this now because if we put a metal plate in the whole stabilizer, for example, we can't get it back unless we dismantle it, and you can't dismantle anything on this mining station without abandoning it, which we don't want to do. So we got a bunch of resources around our starting map, which we're not going to worry about. We're going to first go explore this derelict ship, which could have someone in it, but I think the chances of it are pretty low. Out of the, I want to say like 6 runs I've done in this game, where I've gotten out in the starting zone at least, I've seen somebody in the starting ship like once, and wow, there's a rogue bot in here. That is atrociously bad luck. We're going to try to get back in the craft. And by the way, just on like a side note, I kind of wish there was a no pause challenge for brutal difficulty, but there is not, unfortunately. Usually in combat, I'll try not to pause, but at the start of the game, especially when exploring a derelict ship that has rogue bots on it, I may definitely have to pause. And there's no other way to come in besides that side. So I don't know if we can actually explore this without really getting owned by that rogue bot. I feel like since there's rogue bots on this ship though, there may be a higher chance that there's a person on it. So maybe we're taking some damage, and I guess we'll try and see what we can do against these bots. If we can get cover here, that'd be really good. Right now we're not getting cover, so let's get back in the ship. And we got shot at, but I don't think he got hit. Yeah, he didn't get hit, which is good. Wait for that rogue bot to go away. We need to find something to get cover around, which I'm not seeing right now. And the rogue bot is sensing us, I think. Like, seems like it, yeah, it knows that we're on here. Oh, geez. What's the play here? Like, maybe stand here? I really don't know. Like, I don't think we want to duke it out with this rogue bot when it's this close. So just dip and then wait for it to go back in there. See if we can explore a little bit. Can't run into a robot though and aggro it. Be very bad, I think. Where's the other one, by the way? In here? Or did that one just patrol away down that hallway? And I'm trying to figure out a good way to fight this, but I'm not seeing any cover at all. So I really don't know if there's any point. I want to keep exploring though. And yeah, this is pretty terrifying because I don't want to do any save loading. Like I want this to be a, you know, oh, there's a person in here. No freaking way. I thought there might be because of the robot thing. I think that's got to increase the chance that you'll run into another person. And this is an insanely good start because the guy has 3 industry, so he can do something, and even if he was completely useless, he can still haul stuff. He wants to talk more than average, and he can form friendships more than average, which is a fine trait. We're gonna have him join us, and then I think we're just gonna dip the heck out of here. Like, that is such a crazy good start. If we can take no damage here, I think it's much better than trying to explore and then taking damage and then, you know, finding nothing else. See, but I'm not streaming, so you guys don't know if I save scum there, but I did not save scum, and I want to show, you know, the entire process of me exploring that because I feel like I played it really safe and I did not try to duke it out with that rogue bot. And I guess it just is able to, you know, patrol throughout the entire ship. So the play is just to wait. I've set people jobs under the priorities tab, and you can see Frank is going to be doing medical as his first priority and navigation when we do need to move our ship, which we don't have yet. When Frank's not doing medical or navigation, he'll be doing industry and then logistics, which is like hauling. Tom Cruise's main priority is going to be to pilot this starfighter that we have not built yet and to go out and mine if there's anything we need to mine. Then he'll be doing construction if we need to build anything, maintenance if there's anything that needs repairs, and logistics should be prioritized under that. And then if there's absolutely nothing to do, he can do industry, but Frank's much better at it. Before we start building our ship, we're gonna have Tom Cruise mine out this base metal asteroid and this noble metal asteroid, and with those metals we can make either steel plates or electronic components at this metal refinery, which I'm not sure what we want to make yet. It really all depends on what we need more of. Infra blocks, which require 1/5 of a steel plate and 1/5 of electronic component, or are we gonna need more hull blocks, which require half a plate? We started with 2 electronic components, so I decided to turn all those into infra blocks, but after that I'm not sure if we're gonna want to make more or if we're gonna want to pump out hull blocks, which are required for building this ship. So we had the exact perfect amount of infra blocks to build everything that we needed. We got our kitchen room over here, 2 single bedrooms, because if people are sleeping in a single bedroom, which actually they're about to do, so we can just show off why I think it's so good for people to sleep in a single bedroom. These guys are hungry, so let's let them eat first. I think it's better to let them eat before they sleep, because if they're hungry, they get this moodlet where they lose energy. I still don't know exactly how energy works. It doesn't really explain the mechanic too well, I think, but I do have my own theory. And essentially the theory is that when you get sleeping with privacy, not only does it give you a moodlet buff, it gives you this energy buff as well for 9 hours. And for that 9 hours, you get 8 energy, which I think might make it so your energy doesn't go down, or it doesn't go down as quickly for that 8 hours or 9 hours, which is a huge deal. Meanwhile, in the ship, we got everything we need to blast off, so we're going to do that. And we're going to abandon this mining station, which is going to abandon all these shuttles in the mining station. And after leaving, we're immediately going to drop back into the mining station. We're going to position right next to where the airlock is on the mining station. When you do leave the mining station and come back, you do have the option to reclaim it, and you can keep using it as a base. Or if we abandon it, we can start scrapping it up for resources. The main thing we're here to scrap down is these shuttle hangars. And once we do scrap down the hangar, we can claim this shuttle, and that saves us from having to build our own with 2 infra blocks and 2 electronic components. And in the mining station, there's 2 builder pods and 2 mining pods that we could potentially claim, but we're only going to claim 1 of each. And we're going to start exploring. If we do need more infra scrap or other scrap, we can come back to the mining station. And then there's also some Engerium and Hyperium that we didn't mine out yet. Over here we got a pirate ship which is heading our way, and if we drop into this tile, it's going to be here in 7 hours. Before the pirates get here, I had Tom Cruise remove one of the thermal regulators from our main entrance area, and what that's going to do is make the temperature of this room fall drastically. The pirates are here and they don't have any turrets. I think because we're in the starting zone, they're not going to send us a boarding party, and when they do get here, because the temperature is so low, they have to have spacesuits on, which is going to lower their accuracy by 15%. And already we do have an advantage because we have cover. It is pretty cold up here, 17 degrees, and we are getting low body temperature. And crap, I forgot to lock this door. That's a huge mistake. A person got by without really taking any damage too, which sucked. Now they're gonna melee us because that's a melee dude. They're gonna go away and I don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully not damage our ship at all. And he's coming back. And we're gonna have to kill him, I guess. He was a beast and he wouldn't surrender. Yeah, this guy already surrendered, and then we got Tazi in here, who may end up going through this door, or they're just gonna duke it out. And crap, they destroy our cover. And Frank instantly gets hit twice after the cover goes down. Tazi's probably a really good dude. And he gets by. Wow, he's really low and doesn't surrender. Surprised. I'm not sure how we want to play this. Let's just run the dude down. Try to find him. I also have the temperature thing on, which is not really what I intended. Did we get cover here, by the way? I'm not sure. All I know is this is freaking messy, and Frank surrenders. Although Frank didn't get a bleeding wound, which is good. And Tom Cruise just gets a black eye, so no bleeding wound on him as well. Overall, that was really messy, and we got pretty bad RNG, I think, with the fact that that cover object got destroyed so early. That being said, we can take their crew as prisoner, and Tazi is probably going to die because all these open wounds are regressing. I've never really seen that many open wounds. I'm not sure if that's like a new thing in this update where you can get that many open wounds. Shame too, because the guy is a really good medic, and we don't have a high enough medical skill yet to bandage people. And then over here we got the peace-loving Ishkender, who is really likely to surrender with this trait, and that's why he surrendered so early. But he does get more work speed and learning speed, and he'd be a good medic slash researcher. And I think he'd join quicker because he wants to form friendships more than average. After capturing one of their members and killing 2 of them, we're gonna dip out of there before they send us another boarding party. The pirates are now gonna flee to the west, which is completely fine. We don't have facilities set up for our prisoner yet, so a little micro you can do is set the prisoner area to your kitchen and your bathroom when people are not using it, and they will eventually walk over and use those facilities, which does save you from having to build 2 of each, because normally people will not use a kitchen or bathroom that's set for prisoners. We should have enough materials to make him his own bedroom though, which is pretty important. And then we should also have enough materials to make a whole window plus a green wall to add some comfort. We'll put a green wall in our kitchen area as well, because it does add leisure time comfort in the form of a decoration. In a small AoE, if we go over here we can see that it's not covering this area. In the prisoner's room, it looks like that green wall is actually doing nothing because it's nullified by the bed, and I want to actually test to see if it gives any comfort at all. We're going to move the wall, and okay, yeah, it actually does nothing in the bedroom. I did expand the prisoner area so that he can use our couch and leisure area, and so I think he'll be getting leisure time comfort that way. And people don't mind sharing a couch with the prisoner, and yeah, they were able to eat on the couch even though it is technically a prisoner area, and they get to move the buff for good leisure space. Tom Cruise healed up his wounds pretty quickly. He had like a wound 5, I think, from that black eye, but then it went away and he's now full HP again. Frank's still only 103 HP, so he's got a few wounds, which do make him more likely to surrender quicker, and they will expire in 21 hours. And I was just gonna leave, but there's still some scrap and stuff on this ship that we'll have Frank go grab, and we'll wait for his injuries to heal, because we're not really in any hurry. The wound went down to wound 2. Frank almost back up to full HP, we left that tile, and we're now gonna try to find that pirate ship, because it's only got 3 or 4 more people on it, and we found it over here at this civilian farming station, which is not really somewhere we want to go, because we don't want to fight the farming station and the pirates. So we'll just go to the west, and we'll see where the pirates go. They go up here? No, they're going up this way. So we'll just head to the farming station, and we pretty much can't evade them. That's lame. While we're firing up the hyperdrives to leave, we can check out their turrets, which they got these small range turrets. And if we send our starfighter over here to attack them, these things would probably shoot us down. This is not something we want to mess with right now. As we were getting back to the world map, I was able to see the pirates were heading to the east, so we'll try to run them down. And crap, we're running to the Cult of New Haven, which we don't want to fight them right now. We want to finish out those pirates. And they are coming to this tile, which is great. If we wait a turn, we will be using fuel, but not that much. It's only 0.07 fuel every time we move or wait. And when you do wait, I don't think any time passes, and I think that applies when you move as well. So it should be the same time as it was when we left that farming station tile. We dropped in right next to the pirates, and they're going to try to board us immediately. And the way I thought we could solo this whole thing was there used to be a trick you could do with the shuttle, which was you would block your entrance and then they couldn't board you. And like right now, they're actually not able to board us, but there they go. I think they hacked our ship or something, because I did not tell it to move. It just moved on its own, which I'm pretty sure it didn't used to behave that way. I think you used to be able to just block your entrance indefinitely. I'm not sure. And crap, I forgot to close that door again. Oopsies. You can lock your doors so they can't use them. but I did forget. And let's actually hold this open, by the way. Let's focus this guy first. I don't like pausing like this, but there's no pause challenge in the game or anything. So yeah, I think there definitely should be on brutal. Like I don't think you should be able to pause on brutal, or maybe there should be another difficulty that disables pausing. So I think it adds like a next layer of difficulty. And very nice. I don't think anyone got hit there. And these guys want to offer up a ceasefire and return back to their ship in exchange for this stuff, but we don't really need any of that stuff right now. We can now check out their stats. This guy's got really low surrender chance, and he's relatively good at combat with 4 weapons, and he can mine, build, and do industry. He just doesn't have much zest, which is not good for a combat guy because his HP is not going to be nearly as high as someone with 5 zest. We also got Rooster, who can do medical, but he's lazy, which does increase his energy though. And I still don't know exactly how that stat works. Thinking maybe he just doesn't need to sleep as much. And we also got the Researcher Medic Kaylee. They have a decent trait. They just can't fight. And we already have a researcher that's going to be joining us, who is actually not bad at fighting. They have 5 perception, so they have really good accuracy. They just can't get hit or they'll surrender, which isn't really actually that bad because when someone surrenders, I don't think they can get shot at. So I'd rather have East Canada as a researcher. Question is, do we want Dash, who can do a lot of stuff and he can fight? For now, we'll just keep him around and we'll kill his friends. And for the next few days, he's gonna have some pretty bad moodlets of losing his friends and his leader. Unfortunately, among the pirates we just killed, I think one of them was East Canada's lover, and he's now at 0 mood, so his chance to convert is going up quite slowly. On the bright side, we took out all the pirates and their ship is now derelict, so we can go explore it. And exploring the ship's kind of just a formality. Their only loot's gonna be in the storage, and we know it's derelict, so there's no one on here. As for the loot in the ships, there is a bit of RNG as to if you get anything good. Like we did get 3 tech blocks, which from what I remember are really rare, especially in the early game because you don't have the ability to make these, so that's a really good find. And we also were running low on inver blocks, although we can manufacture these. We got some electronic components down here, some steel plates, and some food, which is all really helpful because we have 2 more prisoners to feed. We grabbed most of the loot and scrapped up the ship, and we can come back later for it. There's still some stuff back on this mining station as well. For now though, we're going to go check out this Cult of New Haven ship, and just like the pirate ship, they don't have any turrets because we're in the starting area. These guys are about to board us, and unfortunately the temperature in our main area is too hot. But what we can do is close the vents to this door and lock it this time, and then close the vents to this door as well, and then open our airlock, which is going to quickly drain out the temperature mainly, and we need to get it below freezing. The oxygen is going to drain out of here as well. We can check the oxygen, it's 0 over here. And that right there should be enough so that enemies need to board their spacesuits. We'll let the temperature get a little bit lower as well. Get it down to about 8 or, okay, that's good. And then close the vents. Do note there's a civilian ship incoming in 6 hours and they will almost certainly be boarding us as well. Looks like one of these guys has no gun. Mildred has no gun as well. This should be a really easy fight. I don't know if they can do anything to us because there's no way in. But they can destroy the cover. Oh geez. I'm not actually sure what we do here because we don't really want to have Tom Cruise take damage. I guess we'll just duke it out and just take this dude out. And Tom Cruise surrenders. What the heck? He only got hit a couple of times though. Well, I don't know if that was really bad RNG or what, but we might actually lose here. We're out of oxygen as well. Oh jeez. I feel like maybe I need to build more cover objects over here in the next fight, because they did one-shot our cover object. Well, this was just a lucky RNG fight. Part of the reason that fight was so hard is one of them's a hero, which makes him really unlikely to surrender. With only 2 weapon skill, he's not a great fighter, so we execute him. And Detae's got some interesting stats, but they're about to bleed out anyways, so we expedite that process. And the other reason that fight was so hard is Mildred's extremely tanky with their 5 zest, and they have lowered surrender chance with their trait. We spend 2 days recovering and run into the Cult of New Haven ship we spotted earlier, and this fight goes much smoother. Charles looking overall pretty good, but we don't really need him. Connor is really good at research, but we already have a researcher, and same with Sesa, so we just killed them all, and Tom Cruise is gonna quickly explore their ship because we are in an asteroid field, which is gonna be damaging our ship. And as for the loot, they mainly had 4 tech blocks, which we'll definitely take, and 6 infra blocks, which is very nice, and quite a bit of other stuff down here, mainly some food. I don't think the asteroids are actually gonna hit us because this derelict ship is blocking the way, and they'll come from the same side, so we should be okay here. Because our ship's parked in such a perfect spot, we might as well explore this derelict ship, and it is inhabited by aliens, which is a good sign. These don't have any range attacks, and you can cheese this by floating out in space, and they can't get to you. Unfortunately, there was no crew member we could rescue, but the loot on this thing was probably one of the best derelict ships I've ever seen. Mainly 2 tech blocks and 5 infra blocks are going to be really useful. We started trying to recruit Eastkander, and he rebelled here, which I feel like is really unlucky. Since we've kept his mood so good, his chance to convert has been going up over time. It's up to 8.7, and his chance to rebel is only 1%. And I think we just got the 1% there, because he attacked Tom Cruise when he tried to recruit him. Our other prisoner, Dash, is iron-willed, which I think makes it a lot harder to recruit him, because his chance to convert is only 3.4%, and he's been with us for 10 days, whereas Eastkander's only been with us for 12 days. Since we have quite a few resources, we do some modifications to the base. Mainly, we built an operations console, which allows us to call their ships, and we can sell them prisoners and stuff. And we moved our toilet towards the kitchen area. It was in a pretty uncomfortable area, and now it's in a better room. Although I guess it's better to separate the prisoner toilet and our regular toilet, because having them both in the same room is quite a bit of comfort loss. In the sector we're in, there's 2 derelict ships that we can explore. And this first one appears to be just bugs, so it's pretty free. And in one of the back rooms, there is another person, which is absolutely fantastic. The question is, are they going to be any good? And they are a hero with 5 perception, and they can get up to 3 weapons, which is not bad. And they have okay potential for doing other stuff around base. So overall, a very nice pickup. As far as the loot, nothing crazy, although we do need Engirium, so we'll take it. An asteroid hits our ship and a fire breaks out, which kind of sucks because I think it just destroyed quite a few things. Or I guess the fire is actually out. Hero put the fire out, and now it's very smoky in these rooms. But I did close the vents to these doors, so the smoke I don't think can get out. And then we're going to move the gas scrubber into our kitchen so that it can scrub out all the smoke. Once we put the gas scrubber in here, we can open this door and let all the smoke vent out into here, which should be getting caught by the gas scrubber. And yeah, it is. I moved our ship between both derelict ships, and their position changed when I left and dropped back in, but it was a good play because the asteroids I don't think can hit us anymore. Don't have to worry about fires or anything. That being said, just in case, I sent Hero and Tom Cruise over, and it's these laser bot things. Do we want to mess with these guys or not? I would have brought Frank over too, but in case our base gets set on fire, I'll pull back a little bit. These things can blow up. I think it's regenerating its ammo or something right now. And there we go. This one as well. You just gotta drain out its ammo, and then I actually think you can beat these without taking damage. If you just go back and, oh man, this thing is actually chasing us. Wow. And then if we just have Hero go back and forth, okay, that thing's gonna lead us. Jeez. Guess just be smarter than the bot. 5 shots, right? Oh. That might be 5 shots. That only has 5 shots, but I guess not. And there we go. Finally powered down. Take it out now. And yeah, we explored the whole thing. I'm not seeing any crew members we can rescue, unfortunately. The loot's pretty meh. We don't really need any of this stuff. We're gonna go explore this derelict ship, which is in another asteroid field, so we gotta do this fast. We leave Frank on board, so if something happens, he can extinguish the fire or... Oh man, we got more bots here. It's kind of a good sign and a bad sign, I would say. Get in there. Nice, we juked. Oh man, they're all near the entrance. I wonder if we could scout it out and see if there's a person here. And if there's not, we should just dip. I'm trying to make them go this way, but they don't want to go this way. Or they'll hug the ship, but they won't go too far away from the ship. There we go, we can see in here. And there's nothing in there. Could be in that room, but kind of doubt it. Try getting an angle on this side, I guess. Then how are we going to see in that room over there? And not seeing it. Oh, burn wound. Get inside. Okay, just run. I don't think there can be a person here, so let's just dip. I was gonna see if Tom Cruise could shoot away into this ship and we could see what's inside, and by the looks of things you cannot do that. But on the bright side, we did recruit Ishkander finally, which took freaking forever, and now finally we'll have a full-time researcher and a medic, and the dude's really good at navigation, so we can fire up our hyperdrives quicker. We're now going to send up a research bench, which as you can see is not in the best place. Work comfort is -19, and if he's working here full-time then that's going to lower his comfort. If we do wall in that room with the door though, work comfort goes up to 5, and he's not going to mind working in there full-time. As far as what we want to research first, I'm thinking medical bed, just in case we get any bleeding injuries, and we have a couple chronic wounds I believe that are permanent wounds essentially that must be healed in a medical bed. We went to explore another derelict ship, and I tried to see if I could cheese these robots, but I couldn't really see a way. And as we're doing this, Tom Cruise gets a burn wound, which is only curable using a medical bed. So I decided just to build in a research table, and Frank's been doing a bit of research. He's got 3, and then Peace Lover's been doing it full time. He's got almost 5 now. We do have a bit of a problem in our kitchen area. We're completely out of root vegetables, and we're running low on nuts and meat as well. We only have 1 extra fruit, and our prisoner kitchen has a little bit more stuff, but not much more. And so basically we are kind of running out of food. But on the bright side, we did almost research medical bed. After building a medical bed, we're going to heal Tom Cruise's burn wound. And healing these wounds uses up medical supplies and IV fluid, which we have plenty of. Pretty much immediately after building the medical bed, we recruited Dash finally. And so we'll have a really good fighter that pretty much won't surrender no matter what, which is obviously a really nice thing to have. We're going to go explore one of the derelict ships that we haven't explored yet, but there is a civilian ship that we can intercept. They're not going to board us, and we got our vent open, which is sucking out the oxygen, and they are going to be boarding with their spacesuits, which is very good. You can close the vent now. And I have done a slight modification where we've got 2 cover objects built only. We should have 3, and we have no walls here. And the problem with doing that is our storage can get damaged, but I don't know if it can get destroyed. I probably should test it. It looks like we can have 4 people behind these cover objects, possibly even more if we extend this hole out this way more, but so far it's working out really well. We are running low on oxygen in this room, but it looks like we're good, and they all surrender. We can check out their stats. Rena's gonna bleed out, so we don't care about her. Brian is their captain, who's gonna be hard to recruit, I think. And Confident is good, and the guy has good bravery, so he won't really surrender too much. And he can do research, might be worth picking that guy up. Then Tahu is one of the best traits. Spacefarer makes her immune to wearing spacesuit and spacesuit fatigue. He only has 1 weapons, so I don't think we'll worry about them. We sent on our fighter to try to take out their hyperdrive, and that kind of pissed them off, so they sent over another boarding party. Took them a while to do that, but they finally decided to, and we're gonna pull this dude back. We have very low oxygen over here, so we might start running out in a second here. Peace Lover is dipping, so that guy should not be in here. We are running out of oxygen. We're gonna start taking damage. We got him. Nice. That was quick. This guy's a spacefarer with only 1 weapons though. And then Jacob's lazy, which I don't think is a good trait, but I might be mistaken on that. They only had 2 dudes to board us with, I guess, and that was all they had because they're going to offer us a ceasefire. Before we could release them, they went into our prison cell and detected that we have their crew members on board, which they should have already known because we just captured them from their ship. If we release their members, they'll give us some stuff and we'll do it. They're going to give us pretty much the same stuff for the other guy. After releasing them, since they have injured members on their ship and we have a medical bed, they'll give us this quest to heal their injured crew members, and this thing's pretty cheesable. I'm kind of surprised they haven't fixed it yet, but essentially you just need to let them rest in your medical bed for like, I don't know, an hour or 2, and then you can release them, and then they'll give you the quest again, and they may keep doing this till they're fully healed. That being said, as we're in the process of repeating this quest and cheesing it, the civilian that we were supposed to be healing wasn't going into the medical bed, and they wanted to talk, and what they want to talk about is they want us to give them a gift, or they're going to attack us, I think. We're going to decline, and yep, they're going to attack us. Pull you back, and then Tom Cruise, engage. And there we go. We took that girl as prisoner, and they're now trying to board us. And our starfighter's trying to take out their ship, which I don't really care to do too much. I'd rather have it just go for their actual ship. I think since there's no one in their shuttle, they stopped attacking it. And yeah, these guys are still injured from the battle earlier, and we have cover, so we got quite the edge here. One goes down, and Jacob goes down as well. They want to give us yet another ceasefire, and they have 4 artificial meat, which we definitely need, and the Energium as well. We'll take it. So for some reason they weren't delivering us the loot, so we boarded their ship, took them out in kind of a messy battle, and got their loot, which was nothing really special. We didn't get any tech blocks, but we did mainly get some food. We explored this derelict ship, which doesn't really end up being worth because there's no person on board that we can rescue. There's 4 robots this time, and trying to maneuver around these robots is kind of painful. They have a melee attack, which just lights up Hero here, and they take quite a bit of damage, so they're going to be out of it as we fight this Merchant Federation ship. Since Hero's really banged up, we're just going to have him start wailing on this ship while they try to board us, and we're not going to worry about opening our airlock this time, because I want to see if it really matters when you're fighting behind cover, if the accuracy penalty matters. Pull Frank back, by the way. I don't want them sitting in our airlock shooting at us. There we go. Now they're out of here. Oh, and focus this guy, and then maybe pull Tom Cruise behind Iron Will. And that door is not locked. Oopsie daisy. Actually, that's not too bad because they're gonna now come behind us. Another cover gets destroyed. Wow, not bad RNG here. Although Iron will not surrender. They're gonna be tanking. Charlie is gonna surrender. Focus these guys down here. Yeah, I think I will actually be pausing during combat because it's really clunky when you're trying to click to attack someone and you accidentally click like here, for example, they'll move out of their position. There's no like attack move or anything like that. And yeah, Iron Will took a ton of damage here. Jeez. This is a brutal freaking fight. Wow. Deanna's pretty good as they are a spacefarer with 4 perception, 3 weapons. And they'd be useful when exploring derelict ships because they don't get the accuracy penalty for being in a spacesuit. And then Charlie, the melee dude, was extremely tanky with 5 zest, so that's why they were so hard to bring down. And I don't know about needy being a great trait, but they do have really high potential in research and weapons, and with 5 zest, I think they'd be a really good tank. That all being said, since we're so banged up and our cover got destroyed, we will ask for a ceasefire, and they will accept because we have power balance of +1, so we're technically stronger. And the one faction that we want to repair relations with is the Merchant Federation. I think we need to get to 100 before we can trade, and in order to get there we need to start giving them gifts. We don't need super blocks right now, and we don't really need energy blocks as well, although we'll start needing them pretty soon. That being said, that's what they want, so we'll give it to them. And for the next gift, they want less credits because we have less credits, and then now they're going to start wanting tech blocks though, which is a big no-no because we're running really low on tech blocks. I also decided to release both the crew members. Even though they were pretty good, we get some stuff back. After releasing one of the crew members to them, they're gonna give us a quest to give medical assistance, and we'll take the food. And then after releasing the other guy, they're gonna give us a quest to give him medical assistance as well. We're able to complete the medical quest again for more food, and then again for a tech block and an infra block, and again for another tech block and infra block, and we're repeating the quest again for more food. While we're doing that, we're gonna try to offer them more big gifts, although they want 9 energy blocks, which is quite a bit. The next gift is gonna be 3 tech blocks though, which is brutal. If we give them just a small gift, it's 2 energy blocks and some credits, so we'll do that. In total, we were able to cheese the quest 11 times, and here's the extra stuff we got. Some more food, some credits for offering them another gift, some more food, an energy block back, some more food, an energy block and a tech block. With that energy block we got back, we're going to build a small shield generator, plus we built a shield console. We can start providing our ship with a shield if we put someone on shield duty. I guess Peace Lover has pretty high shield potential, so we'll put him on that. And then if there's no navigating, medical, or shielding to do, he'll do research. And essentially the way the shield job works is when you have no shields, it'll go on the shield console and it'll start buffing up your shields. If we place down a blueprint for 2 more shield generators, even though we don't have the resources for it, the game thinks we have no tech blocks because we're going to be using them for those shield generators. So now if we offer the Merchant Federation a gift, they don't know that we have tech blocks, so they're going to ask for other stuff, and we don't really need a lot of this stuff. Like Hyperion we definitely need for traveling, but after giving them 4, we still have 7 left, which is plenty. The next gift is going to be quite a bit more stuff because we don't have much credits, so I don't know if we want to give them that. Like, we need fertilizer to grow plants too, although getting relations up with these guys is pretty important, so I guess we'll take it. And then the next gift is going to cost us quite a bit more stuff. I do think we can get by without this stuff right now, so we're just going to give it over to them. And then I think we'll do this next gift as well. It says we're still -29, but we haven't given them over all these gifts yet. And then while they want to start taking getting tech scrap, which is completely fine. Biomatter as well. And steel plates though. I don't know if we have enough steel plates, but I think we're just going to do it anyways. And this gift is going to take probably most of our steel plates. We're just going to give it to him. But we're pretty much out of materials. Like we're at 1 Engerium and 1 Hyperium. And we're down to 3 steel plates, which is enough. So for good measure, we give over 1 more gift. And we only got to plus 58, I think, relation with them, which is not high enough to for sure be able to trade with them. And the way I think this works is you can ask them to trade, but if they do reject, you can't ask that specific ship to trade again, but you can ask like their bases or their other ships to trade. At least that's my theory. We don't have anything right now to trade with, so we just dipped. And we're now trying to salvage up any resources we can from ships we left behind. And there's some resources we left on this ship. And there's a few other ships that we're able to scrap up. Plus we got some Engerium from mining it out on an asteroid. Our main problem right now is food. This kitchen is completely out of food, and this one only has meat and nuts, so we're only getting half of our nutritional needs met. We did research the tech for grow beds, so we're gonna get a little bit of help from this, but just 1 grow bed is not gonna be enough to feed everyone, not even close. To get some food, we might try to attack this farming station, but first, since I don't think they're gonna send out a boarding party to us, we're gonna try to explore this derelict ship and see what's in here. I'm seeing some food on the ground, which is good. Not these freaking things. Oh my goodness, there's 4 of them. Just run, just run. Okay. People are starting to get vitamin deficiencies, and Iron Will has it really bad. He's got a bunch of lowered stats, and we're starting to eat human meat from the people that we took out earlier. And crap, I was afraid that the point defense turret might attack our shuttle, but it didn't do that much damage. We're just gonna board them, get the shuttle the heck out of here. What is it shooting at? Oh, the asteroid. What are you doing, Frake? Well, they're getting out of the ship. They're like, no, we don't want to do this. Now you guys have to do this, you're hungry. My Frank is going that way. But yeah, there's some cover over here, which is really good. As long as they come in from this side, then we're good. Get cover there. And let's see which side they come from. There we go. Perfect. Oh, get back. Pull way back. Guy surrenders already, which is a good sign. And this guy's in a bad spot. Pull him back here, I think. Pull everyone back a bit. Yeah, we're just gonna do this while pause. The combat's too clunky. It is what it is. I'm not sure this is actually a great spot because they have cover as well, I think. But this person actually does not have cover. There's no way they have cover. And Lance obviously does not have cover. Tom Cruise is getting lit up. And we took out 3 so far. I wonder how many are in this station. We're still in the starting zone, so I don't think they'd have that many people. And Yang doesn't look like he has a weapon. Just focus on where he can get here. Tom Cruise kite back. He surrenders. Another surrender. We really need this super bad. We could have gone to the next system, but enemies I think are stronger there. Although we did take out quite a few people at this farming station, so I don't know. Maybe this was the riskier play. Guess we'll have Hero go scout this out. And we'll see how many people are left. I'm guessing like 2 maximum. Anyone in here? Yeah, there is. Let's get everyone to come in here maybe. Just 3 men this dude. Shouldn't take too much damage here. Get him, boys. Oh, he gets out and then Frank doesn't have line of sight. Crap. This is not being played well. Frank takes damage. Oh man. Iron Will is getting lit up. He's got cover behind that wall, I think. There he goes. And that's it. Nice. If we give them a ceasefire, they're going to give us quite a bit of stuff, but we need food right now, so we can't take it, unfortunately. We're going to take them all prisoner. And since this is a farming station, they're all going to have really high botany. This guy's iron-willed, and he's going to take forever to recruit. This guy's got really high weapons, and he's got a good trait. 6 botany as well. Just doesn't have much zest, though. 8 botany on this dude. I feel like we need fighters right now to help us do more combat and take over more bases and stuff, so I don't think we're going to try to recruit any of these guys. We explored the farming station, which, as you can see, has a ton of these grow beds. I don't think we can get any food for them. I think we just have to scrap them down, but there is some loot in their base. Not as much food as you would expect, which I think that's something this game really needs to work on, is making farming stations have tons of food, but then not much of other stuff, for example. Although I'm not really complaining because the Merchant Federation is going to want some of that stuff. We're pretty much out of Engerium now, so we're going to head to this new system to look for more. And there's the same Merchant Federation ship I believe we just did business with. We're able to evade them. There's a base over here with quite a few things. Military Alliance and Merchant Federation. I don't think we want to mess with that. We'll head to the east. And to the north of that, there's a Military Alliance base, which we have a pretty good chance to evade. We do evade, but then we got some more bases over here, which we don't really want to be fighting on base tiles. And I'm thinking we want to get out of this system as quickly as possible and head to a system to the north where there's going to hopefully be more ships that don't have turrets. We have a pretty low chance to evade this merchant base, but we do evade it, thankfully. And we'll keep moving to this civilian repair station. And we have a really high chance to evade this. We do evade, and let's just keep it moving. And up here we got a civilian ship, which is fantastic. Let's drop in and say hello to these guys. As per usual, they're going to try to board us, and I did open the vent this time, so they are coming in with spacesuits. And it's looking to be 3 people, I think. Do also note, we made Tom Cruise a better gun, because we researched the tech to be able to do that, and so he's a bit more accurate now. Our cover in the middle got destroyed. We'll pull back. And yeah, Tom Cruise is just pumping damage right now. As for the prisoners, we don't really need Arlo's stats, and then we don't really need what Marco has to offer as well. While they were boarding us, Hero's been whaling on their ship, and we've damaged their hyperdrive quite a bit. If it gets damaged a little bit more, their ship won't be able to move, and they may try to offer us a ceasefire. And there we go, we actually took out their hyperdrive. We tried to call them up, but no one answered, and they're sending over just Maggie, I guess. And it is really cold in this room, so people are taking damage over time. And she surrenders very quickly. She offers us up a ceasefire and gives us over quite a bit of Hyperium, which we need to travel around. But we do mainly need Endurium, so hopefully we're going to get some of that from releasing these guys back. I guess we have 4 civilian crew members that they'll take. Releasing first dude's not going to get us Endurium. Same with the seconds and the third. And they won't give us any Endurium for Krikno as well, who is fully healed up, and the guy can shoot. I don't think we want to give that guy back, so we're just going to decline that one. We waited for quite a while, and they were not loading up the goods, which can happen sometimes when there's only 1 person left. Or, okay, Maggie's actually ready to fight. And there we go. She wants to give us a ceasefire and 6 Endurium, but I don't really trust it. We're just going to decline and hope they have Endurium in the ship's loot, because this room over here is busted open because we destroyed their hyperdrive. So I think it's kind of messing with the logistics of the ship. There's oxygen in this room, but overall Maggie just did not seem to want to deliver us goods. They do thankfully have 3 Endurium on board, and they were going to give us 6 for a ceasefire. So I think my theory is correct that the stuff you get from a ceasefire does not take away from the final loot. While we were grabbing the loot, a Slavers Guild ship shows up, and their turrets do have range to hit our ship. It's kind of unfortunate because they're short range turrets, and they are now damaged through our energy shield. We're going to quickly try to board them, and we're just going to charge at them. And then I have to make sure Peace Lover is ready to hold our ship. They're preparing their boarding party, which means they're going to come into this room, so I guess we just wait for them there. Oh, here we go, we got Tony. Everyone focus this dude. This guy as well doesn't have a jeez, man, they just all poured out of there like, what the heck? They were waiting for us or something. And what's this ship doing, by the way? It's got no one in it. Really quickly I want to check our ship to make sure that there's no damage, which there is none. We gotta find their weapons room so we can stop them from firing at us. Could they be in here? No, they're not. There's a slave. Are they gonna fight us, or gonna free them maybe? Or if we free them, I wonder if they're gonna fight us, because we're worth every faction. I'm not really sure. Is there anything in here? No. And yeah, we have to fight them now? Oh, that was a mistake. Don't free the slave in hindsight, because they will not be appreciative of you freeing them. Yeah, Tom Cruise surrendered, so I'm not sure how we fight this. This is like a really stressful situation because we're getting shot at the entire time as well. There's so many dudes on their ship. And they're all melee by the looks of things. Not really sure. Sucks that Tom Cruise was the one that got taken out as well, because he was the one with the good weapon. Yeah, what the heck is going on? They're still shooting at us even though we took out 6 of them, I think? Or are they shooting at us? I think they stopped. There we go. Nikolai. You gotta be the last dude, right? And yeah, he's the last dude. For a ceasefire, they're going to give us quite a few things, and they may give us the medical quest as well. And since we have a ceasefire with them, we can claim bounties now on these civilians, and they'll give us quite a few things. I think super blocks have a pretty good value, and then 757 credits. The next one's going to give us about the same amount of credits and some more stuff, and the next one after that is the same amount of credits and more super blocks, and then a few extra credits this time, some more food, and some other nice stuff. And with a little icing on top of the cake, we can do the medical mission, and we've done it twice. We're about to do it a 3rd time for a tech block and an energy block when a civilian ship shows up, which does not have any guns on it, and they're now sending us a boarding party. And yeah, we get a fight now with Tom Cruise being very injured. This door is not locked because I messed up. And Peace Lover is gonna run because that's what he likes to do, is not fight. And pull back, and then you guys all focus this dude. Just blast him. And there we go. Only one dude left. Just focus him down. And should be okay here. Benny's not looking too good, so I don't think we're going to try to recruit him. Although this guy would make for a good tank as he has really high bravery and zest, and really high potential for weapon skill. He just isn't very accurate. The Merchant Federation ship's almost here, and we're getting boarded, I think, right now. Yeah, they're sending over a boarding party. We are trying to leave though, which I think we're going to be able to get out before these guys board us. It depends on what this Merchant Federation ship has in terms of turrets. They don't have any turrets, so I guess we can stay. We do have to take out some more civilians, which shouldn't be too hard because our cover's holding up. If our cover got destroyed in the previous battle, I might have decided to dip, but all of them are holding up. We're gonna just hope that keeps being the case. And they all surrender. Very clean battle. And the civilians actually want a ceasefire, and they're going to give us over tech blocks for it, plus a lot of other stuff. I think we'll just take mine as well. And would you look at that, the merchants are now boarding us, which is not super ideal because I think maybe we lose relation with them for fighting them. Although since they're boarding us, maybe we don't. I think if we initiated the attack, then we would lose relation, but it's their fight that they want to take. This actually might work out well in our favor because we can release them back for maybe relation or free stuff. If we take them prisoner, we can see our relation is still 59 even though we're hostile, and we do have the power balance, so we can ask them for a ceasefire. Before we release their crew members, we should see if any of them are good. Person's got a decent mix of stuff with 3 zest and perception, 6 potential in weapons, and a good trade. Sierra on the other hand can't get much weapons, and then Brandon is hardworking but can only get 1 weapons. We released Sierra and Brandon for 1,000 credits total, some super blocks and Hyperium, and I was thinking about not releasing the last dude because he was pretty good, but they scanned our ship, and so we're gonna have to release him. We called up the Merchant Federation to give them a gift, and it's gonna be quite a few things. The next gift isn't gonna require as much stuff because we have less stuff. That's gonna buff us up to 83 if my math is correct. And another gift is actually much cheaper. That's gonna buff us up to 95. And one more gift for good measure gets us up to 100. We can now trade with the Merchant faction for various materials, and sometimes they'll even carry tech blocks. And up to this point, tech blocks were our main roadblock towards quite a few things. They're required for hypersleep chambers, which you need on the harder difficulties if you want to safely travel between systems. We make it over to this alien system to do some exploration and run into this Direlect ship, which is infested with aliens. 3 of these things latch onto our ship, and if we had more starfighters or point defense turrets, we maybe could have stopped them. They start burrowing into our ship, and once that timer completes, they get in and spawn an egg, which you can destroy. And I believe it's in the process of destroying these things that somebody gets infected with an alien disease, and that disease can spread between members of the ship. If the spore eruption happens while other people are around, people start getting the stacking debuff that lowers HP and does not allow the person to eat, and if it gets bad enough, I believe it can kill. There's a really in-depth video on how the mechanic works exactly. You can quarantine them away in a room with a medical bed, and they'll get fed through an IV. If you don't have separate rooms for each crew member that's infected, it's pretty much game over though. I think it's better just to avoid aliens altogether, and I believe the only thing I miss out on is this upgrade that increases plant growth rate. You get this from dissecting alien creatures and their cores, but I'm pretty sure that's all you get, which in my opinion is just not worth having to potentially deal with this disease. We're getting plenty of food from raiding enemy ships anyways. We research all the implants and install the health and accuracy increasers into our ever-growing police force. And just on kind of a side note, I think it would have been pretty cool to have some alien-specific implants and weapons you can find, maybe to increase the incentive to explore alien ships, but as of right now, I don't think anything like that exists. The game tries to throw kind of a weird level of difficulty at you by limiting how big your ship can go, with A, having a canvas size limit, and B, you only get a certain amount of system points to use on turrets and other things. The game essentially wants you to build another ship and make this giant fleet, but I don't want to build another ship, I want to build a big ship. So I installed this mod that many other people installed as well. It's the 3rd most installed mod. and this allows us to build as many turrets and shield generators as we want. This may sound overpowered, but turrets and shield generators still consume resources like power and energy, and rocket turrets require you to load them up with rockets. To get even more resources for that stuff, after taking enemy ships out, we accept their ceasefire, and if we wait for a while, they'll start rebuilding what we destroyed. They'll start by laying down blocks that I'm pretty sure are not from the final loot you get from capturing the ship. I think the way loot works is most of their loot is actually destroyed, and you only get a fraction of what they actually have. Because for one of these ships that we just took out, we get a whopping 18 tech blocks, 10 energy blocks, and 24 infra blocks. And normally for destroying a ship, the max loot you're going to get is like 4 to 6 tech blocks. The civilians send out a distress beacon, which I'm pretty sure called in this military alliance warship, and this thing does not do much better than the civilian ships. We just end up melting through them, and they call in a ceasefire, and we take it for some more free materials, and then we finish them off. They then send in another military alliance warship, which I'm pretty sure had the same layout, so it does not stand much of a chance either. Then they send in 2 more warships, which have 4 energy turrets total, and energy turrets are really important for melting through shields, but even with their 4 energy turrets, they cannot even come close to putting out enough damage, and as you can see, we're pretty much impenetrable at this point. As we move east, the game gets progressively harder, and in the final system, we touch down into the unknown. We found it, it's breathtaking, the blues of the oceans, the greens of the forests, whites of the cloud formations. So we made it to the promised land, and we now have a decision. Do we land on Eden, which ends the game and that's it? There's no ending cinematic or anything. It just brings you back to the menu. Or you can travel to New Galaxy, where I'm guessing the game is just going to keep increasing in difficulty, because this is the first fleet of ships we came across. They were all flying together, and they're pretty large. This fleet is about the same size as what we would have encountered at the very end of the last galaxy, but as you can see, we just annihilated them. Like, our shield was pretty much full when we almost killed one of their ships. And yeah, so I guess you can just keep going on and on, which we're not going to. Our game is going to end at Eden, and we're going to settle down there and make a happy life on that planet. The end.